And right now on the Steel Report, I want to welcome three special guests here to talk about a big event coming up on June 20th. Let's meet our guests right now. So please welcome back to the program. This is Joy Briscoe. Joy is the Executive Director of One Cedar Valley. We'll learn more about what that is here in just a moment. Also welcome back to the program. This is Deborah Hodges-Harmon. She is the Executive Director of the Jesse Cosby Community Center and also one of the founders of One Cedar Valley. Also welcome back to the program. This is Patrick Moran, who actually has been the beer chair for Iowa Irish Fest for 7 or 8 years now. Patrick, welcome back, but you're also the treasurer for One Cedar Valley and also the human resources officer for Midwest One Bank. So everybody, welcome to the program, and the event is called Barriers No More. Joy, why don't you talk about that, because One Cedar Valley is certainly one of the big sponsors of this.
Sure, we are super excited to partner with Iowa Workforce Development to really try to remove barriers and get people into meaningful opportunities in our community. So Patrick and Ms. Deb, this was really their vision and brainchild for the entire organization, and so now having the opportunity to actually walk in it, we're really excited about it. So June 20th will actually be at the Waterloo Career Center, and I'm going to let Patrick talk a little bit more about that, but I also want to mention that we're partnering with IWD June 11th to also host an interview workshop and resume writing workshops in preparation for it. So not only are we going to connect people to employers, but we're going to help them get ready for good opportunities.
So on the 20th, just to kind of lay out the day, we're going to be having the Employer Symposium from about 8:30 to noon, where we'll have a couple workshops and panel speakers at the Waterloo Career Center. And then right after that, from about noon to 3, will be the Career Fair. It's free to employers. To apply to be a table at the Career Fair, it is limited. That is going to be through our website, and I believe there's QR codes that will be shared with you as well. And it's open to the public. It's not restricted to just students or just unemployed. Come one, come all. We're open and welcome to everybody.
And the QR codes that we have on the screen right now, that takes you to a site that you can actually sign up ahead of time?
The Eventbrite registration link, is that right, Joy?
Yes,
Yep.
it does.
Eventbrite, okay,
Yep.
well known for sure.
Yep.
What are some of the key barriers that you see to employment, particularly for the minority community?
Well, I think workplace culture is one that we've concentrated on. Just having skills or knowing how to promote your skills to the employers. You know, it's an open field right now, and people are just not kind of applying for positions or taking opportunities as they present themselves. So we're even with us at the Jesse Cosby Center, we see a lot of unemployed individuals, and we're saying there's a lot of jobs out there. What seems to be the problem? So I think the fair and the workshops is going to help people to learn how to promote themselves and how to overcome barriers, whether it's your record or transportation, child care. You know, there may be gaps in your unemployment. Those workshops teach you how to promote things that may look unfavorable up on your resume or on your applications.
I've read a lot of articles recently about some of the things you should leave off a resume. So you have a resume and writing workshop coming up on June 11th. What will that be about for people? I mean, what is the most important thing about resume writing and making sure that you don't oversell yourself, make sure you get say the right words to at least get inside the door and get that job opportunity, or at least that interview? Yeah.
That's a great question. I think a mistake a lot of people make is they create one general resume and just apply that across the board, where essentially when you're really job searching and you're really looking for a career, it's a full-time job. So looking at what people are asking for, making sure you tailor that resume specifically to that ask, and then also trying to build a relationship with those employers. And so we'll share a lot more of that with IWD. We couldn't be more excited than to partner with them. They've been doing great work for years. And so it just makes sense. What we're trying to do is look at the resources we currently have available in our community and then work together to really fill gaps in employment needs. And I want to share too that as of July 1st, we'll actually be the Title I provider. So helping people actually get transportation to interviews and things like that. We'll be working with IWD to do a lot of that as well too. So this is just a good time for us to really kind of superimpose our workforce readiness ecosystem.
Well, you just mentioned one of the biggest barriers in the community, and that's transportation to and from a job site or to an interview. And Patrick, this is right up your alley. So you do HR coordinator or manager for Midwest One Bank. What are some of the big mistakes that you see from people coming in, and what are some of the biggest barriers that concern you the most?
A lot of it's not highlighting their skills and what they're bringing to the job. And the way I look at resumes and all my HR roles I've had over the years is, let your resume tell a story. Tailor it to that job that you want. And if you have those issues, if you're a workplace in manufacturing, let's just say, can you work with people that need a little bit more flexibility to leave for meetings, or they have a disability, and you can accommodate that and shift the job in a different way? Those are things we need to think about as employers and HR leaders to bring that to our businesses and our employers. Gone are the days of posting and praying. That doesn't work anymore. We got to get creative and think of how to employ people differently. There's a lot of people in our community that need that help, and that's the timing of this event is going to be critical and a good thing for our community.
The one barrier that I think I always keep coming back to is just a simple word called opportunity. And I'm wondering, Joy, pick up on that. Where does that word fit into what we're talking about?
I love that you mentioned that too, because while we're talking about the career fair in the afternoon, that morning we're going to have a panel of employers who are really doing things differently outside the box that lead to more opportunity, not only for companies, for individuals. So if you think of companies, Felicia Smith-Knowles, she's going to be on the panel talking about some of the things that they've done to work with limited English speakers. We've got somebody from Green State Credit Union on the panel. We've got somebody also from the schools. And so we're really going to lean into what are the strategies that make us a community of opportunity.
And when we started One Cedar Valley, we started it based upon all of these barriers. And we were very fortunate that SHRM from day one was vested in talking to their HR individuals, to talk to their directors and their CEOs about, we're not hiring people, what is the problem? And really taking an internal look at what are your issues within your company. And so we've been very, very fortunate that some of the individuals, such as Patrick and Kyle Rowe, have been a part of One Cedar Valley from day one. They're part of our founding board, and they've continued to come up and help develop programs. And when we brought Joy on, it was just like, okay, we're well on our way, and we were excited about it. It's been a task trying to explain what One Cedar Valley is, but this kind of says it all. We are definitely out here trying to deal with barriers. I'll be perfectly honest, Ron, we don't care about what the Wall Street Journal say about us. We know the amazing work and the amazing things that are happening in Black Hawk County. They're not here every day. They don't see the work that's being done. They don't see the changes that have occurred. They don't know what 24/7 Black is doing. They don't know what we're doing. They don't know what One City is doing. There's a lot of amazing projects going on in Black Hawk County. So we're going to continue to do what we do and continue to grow and continue to help make Waterloo a change agent as far as other areas in the state.
Absolutely. A lot of that is just changing an overall perception. Yeah. Joy, let's talk about what's coming up here on June 11th and June 20th.
So June 11th, we'll be hosting our interview and resume writing workshop together with Iowa Workforce. You can come over about 2 or 10 o'clock that morning. You can register via our website, www.onecedarvalley.com. And you can register for that, and we would love to work with you to help get you ready for our career fair on June 20th. That's going to be at the Waterloo Career Center. We're in the back of the annex, but again, you can come over. We are helping people get to opportunities. As you said, Ron, being that community of opportunity. I know that's Mayor Hart's thing. We love it, and we are adopting it and living by that. So.
Great event coming up. We'll have more on the Steel Report coming up here in just a moment as we talk about Alive and Running and a big event they have coming up here in June as well. Stick around for that.